of launching Maliana and Me website tomorrow on my husband's and my anniversary, I thought it would be quite appropriate to talk a little bit more about the wiring that I spoke about in my introduction video, looking at how we are wired and how we engage with the world and each other. And I thought I would share a little bit about my personal wiring and my husband's and unpack the whole dynamic and system of wiring as a collective. I just do want to make it clear that I am in no way doing any psychological assessments. I'm speaking from what I have done personally and what has helped me with my family and my experience working with personality types. There are professional assessments that you can go for and pay for, but there are also many free online assessments if you do the Myers-Briggs type indicator or a Jung personality test. You just Google it and it's computerized and it's a bunch of questions and you answer and you get a generic combination of what personality type you are. Those are available as well. So this is not an assessment, I just want to make that clear, and I am just speaking from personal experience. So if you have done a personality assessment before or you are going to do one, here I am just going to unpack it a little bit for you. And I think that this is something so crucial that every couple should do. Every person should do it for themselves, and I've done it through different phases of my life and it hasn't changed radically. There have been little bits of movement along a spectrum because everything is always on a spectrum. Our emotions, our moods, the way we react, and our wiring and our personalities. There is no normal, as we well know, but it has changed a bit. And it has made sense as I have matured and as life has happened and priorities have shifted. So currently, my personality profile type, I am INFJ, which is more introverted, more intuitive, more feeling and more judging. And my husband is also more introverted, but he is certainly more on the sensing side, the thinking side, and then the judging. So we have two very strong emotional components that we deal with things very differently, and understanding our profiles has really helped us in conflict management, because when there are obstacles or when there are frustrations, we can go to our personality types rather than blaming one another. And unpacking using something concrete is a wonderful and constructive way of dealing with conflict. And you will see that with your children as well. You will see their personality types coming to the fore and understanding what your buttons are, why sometimes you react more emotively, why sometimes you maybe feel a bit more disconnected. Really does help you understanding your children's wiring and profiles as well. So it'd be great if you do an assessment, either formal or online. And I'm just going to take you through the 4 indicators. So the first one, where you look at an introvert or an extrovert, it's not about how socially inept or able you are. It's actually about how you get your energy. Introverts really get their energy being alone, having a little bit of alone time. So being around people all the time really does deplete them. So someone who is an introvert, like if you have a teenager who's an introvert, they may wish to come home, close their bedroom door, listen to some music, have some alone time before they come out and tell you about their day. Them not wanting to immediately engage in a full lowdown of what's happened is not a personal attack on you. Maybe if you gave them some space and they could recharge their energy a little bit, they'd be ready to come and express and explain and talk to you. So be aware of that. Introverts get their energy on their own, and sometimes it doesn't need to be a whole day or a whole week. It could really be a few good minutes of alone time, of quiet, of blocking out external noise. It's very exhausting for introverts to be around sound often and lots of people all the time. All that input depletes them. Then you have your extroverts, and they thrive being around people. So they would happily tell you about their day and be ready for the next outing and the next adventure and go, 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 go. Lockdown, of course, would have been extra difficult for those who are more extroverted. Introverts would have probably coped better. Then we have how we perceive the world, sensing people and intuitive people. Sensing people are very concrete. They look for facts. They look at the world through their senses, what they can see, what they can smell, what they can hear, what they can taste, what they can feel. Very concrete. Perceptive or intuitive people are a little bit more feeling. They have that gut feel. They look beyond the senses. They search for deeper meaning. They don't just say, okay, this is what it looks like, I'm going with it. They look for something more. The kind of tell me how you feel person, that's more intuitive. Then we have the next band, is your decision making. So you've got thinking people and feeling people. Feeling people are very much heart first, then head. Thinking people are head before heart. As I said, everything's on a spectrum. So sometimes people are in the middle. Sometimes you are able to put on the thinking a little bit more or the feeling a little bit more, depending on the circumstance. But we're just talking about generalized, holistic character traits, what you are more often than not. Something you don't have to think about. If you're going to react immediately without thought to it, would you be more of a thinker or more of a feeler? That's very interesting. And obviously, if you are a thinker and a feeler together in a relationship, that's very important. Understanding how each other express things, what your needs are, and also maybe then delving into your love languages. How do you express love? Feelers may expect more emotional things. Thinkers may expect a different kind of way of showing love. So that's also a really good read and research, which we'll do in another video, but the love languages. And lastly is your lifestyle, judging and perceiving people. It does not mean that you are a judging person or judgmental. Judging people just like organization a little bit more. They like structure, they thrive in structure and organization. Where perceptive people are a bit more relaxed and go with the flow. You will see with students, those who are incredibly rigid or very much on the judging side, if a test is suddenly changed, the date, they are completely thrown, or the schedule or the routine of the day, it really upsets them. Whereas the perceptive people, the perceiving people are far more relaxed. It's okay, they don't mind if there are 5 options for plans on the weekend, they'll see whichever one looks the coolest on the day and then they'll make a decision, whereas a judging person would want to know what the weekend plans are, possibly the Monday before, and parents may insist on knowing. So also in your parenting style, are you perceptive or are you judging, and how's that going to clash with your adolescent and your home rules and your boundaries, etc., etc. So that's just a very broad overview. Your energy, extrovert, introvert, how you perceive the world, sensing or intuitive, how you make decisions, thinking or feeling, and how you really approach your lifestyle, judging or perceiving. So that's a very broad overview. I want to keep these clips short and to the point because I know there's not a lot of time in the day and you want the main message. So here it is, and if you are interested in discussing this more, please email me, drop me a line on my Insta page or on my email via my website, and we'll take it from there. Hope you have a beautiful evening, and I can't wait to launch tomorrow. Bye!